Hi, I'm Lauren Kelmerson from KelownaNow.com. As you may know, next week is Bike to Work Week, but maybe you look in your garage and you're like, I can't ride that. So we are here at Kelowna Cycle to help you find out what you might want to consider if you're in the market for a new bike. I'm here with Scott from Kelowna Cycle.
Welcome, thanks for coming. It's good to have you here.
No problem, thank you for having us. So Scott, what sort of a bike might people want if they're looking at commuting to and from work in Kelowna?
Well, it really depends on the individual and what their exact needs are. So there could be a number of different things that might be suitable for any given person. So it could be anything from a fun cruiser bike to a fast, lightweight, commuter bike.
Okay.
So there's lots of variety and lots of selection, and it's good for people to come in to talk to us about their needs, and we can really identify them and help them get the perfect bike for them.
Okay, so what makes a commuter bike a commuter bike?
It's a bike that's designed to be used more on pavement than on dirt, like a mountain bike might be, or like a road bike might be for racing. So it's a bike that's kind of in between a mountain bike and a racing bike. It's more suitable for pavement, and it's designed to be equipped with fenders and racks and the things people might need for day-to-day use.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does it affect the wheel size or the thickness of the tires?
A little bit.
Commuter?
Yeah, a commuter bike usually refers to a rather large size tire, it's called a 700C wheel, and it's a fairly narrow tire, so not quite as fat as a mountain bike, but same thing, not quite as skinny as a road bike. So it's that perfect in-between size. Great for durability, a little bit of speed, and comfort.
So how does the actual thickness of the tire and the size of the wheel affect how the bike performs on the road?
That's a really good question. Let me show you a couple bikes.
Totally.
And we'll talk about the differences. Just as an example, this is a mountain bike tire, and it's quite wide and very knobby, and is meant to be run at a slightly lower air pressure than a commuter tire is meant to be run at. So it provides much better traction and durability for mountain bike off-road on dirt. But a commuter tire is much different. This is in fact the same size rim, but it has a skinnier tire on it, and it gets pumped up to a much higher pressure so that it rolls much more easily on pavement, but still provides durability and good traction.
Okay, I've always wondered why they have the skinnier tires on the road bikes. That makes a lot of sense.
And then this is a little bit different style of tire again, and this one actually has a reflective sidewall, so it provides really good visibility for nighttime riding.
So the number of bikes in here is a little bit overwhelming if you don't know a lot about bikes. How does somebody know what sort of a bicycle is right for them?
That's a good question as well. What you should do then is come in and talk to the people at the bike store and talk to the experts, and what we'll do is enter in a line of questioning that kind of helps to identify the exact bike you're going to need. Then from there, we'll then show you a few different choices and give you the opportunity to ride a few different bikes.
Oh, that's nice.
And that really helps narrow down your choices by doing it that way.
What's the difference between, for example, this commuter here and the one we have on the floor?
Okay, so good question. This bike here is a hybrid, but it's known as a sport hybrid bike. So it's a sport bike because it does have a slightly knobby tire on it.
Okay.
And it also offers this suspension fork, which helps aid in comforting the rider on bumpy surfaces. But this one has a great feature where you can actually shut that shock right off.
Wow.
Now it has no function.
Okay.
So it's a bit more versatile, for example, than maybe this bike, which is referred to as a performance hybrid bike, and is much lighter weight, and has a slightly less tread on the tire, so it will perform a little bit better on pavement, but more pavement-oriented bike. More versatile bike here.
Okay,
so
cool.
Sport and performance.
Yeah. And then what about if you're worried about mud or water? Like you don't want to get what you're going to be wearing at work muddy.
Exactly. So you can get certain tire to wear, rain wear, or you can also equip your bike with fenders. If it doesn't come with fenders, most bikes can be added onto.
Okay.
Or as you can see, some like this classic cruiser come equipped with fenders and a rack already on there.
Okay.
That match the bike quite well.
So these sort of coverings on the tires, these are what deal with the mud and the water?
Correct, yeah. Just something there to keep the stuff from splashing up on you while you're riding.
Tell us about accessories. What do cyclists need?
Okay. Some of the most important things are, of course, a helmet for safety and protection. And so with regards to that, some other things for safety are to create visibility for yourself. So if you're out there in traffic, you want to make sure you're being seen. So some people will wear such things as a reflective vest, something like that, or a reflective sash. And other things that you might find essential from day-to-day use, of course, a bike lock to lock your bike when you're parking it.
Yeah.
Things that can come in really handy are items such as a pannier rack, which allows you to put bags on your bike quickly and easily and carry extra gear.
Oh, nice.
Your lunch, your shoes, your work clothes, your computer, whatever you need to take to work with you. And it's quick and easy to take off your bike and tote around.
So do you guys have any kind of trade-in program? Like say if someone has an old bike and they want a new one?
Yes, we do. That's a good question. If you have an old bike that you're not making good use of and you are the original owner of it, we do consider them as trade-in bikes. So you might be able to use your old bike with some value towards a new bike.
Okay, great. And how do you estimate the value of an old bike?
It's all based on the condition and the age and what we estimate the the resale value to be approximately, and then we come up with a good compromise that the person that's trading in is happy with.
There's so many fun accessories for biking that can make your experience so much more enjoyable. So I decided to get suited up and try them out.